Progress update. It's Thursday. We started pulling out yesterday. We've leafed, we've cut down, we've taken any old fruit off, cut all the stems off and on the ends. Then we've tied string round and then we've lowered it to the floor into the tracks. And Tony's coming along and binding it to make it into like a big old sausage. And then we can pull it all into a big wheel at the end and drive it out of the greenhouse. So we've got a 9 horsepower engine on this bad boy. Comes in one end and then splits back out with string on it. See how it's all wrapped round.
So that's going more throttle than that's left.
There we go! Jack's first time on the twister. Let's have a look. Didn't look like there was any problems with that one. That's pretty good. So some problems that we can have is if the string, so basically when it's on here, still hung on its supports, we tie string around it. And if the string comes loose, like this orange string here, we tie these. If that comes loose, it doesn't hold them together, so then it's loose going into the twister, and what it'll do is it'll go round the sides of the cone. It won't go in the cone, it'll go under it and everything and all that, and it falls apart, and then it is so hard to get it to go back through the cone, through the funnel. So that's a problem we have. And sometimes it can be a bit of a pain if when we cut it off the cube, they're kind of like flying loose, and sometimes if they're flying out of the paths, that can be a bit of a problem. But if it's just one or two, it usually just snaps back on itself and then carries on through the funnel. So it's kind of one of them, to make sure that it's tied really tightly and it doesn't come undone. So this is just stems and string that's got caught around it, which if you get too many, it stops you on spinning. So here's a string and another one there. That's not tight enough. So what you can do is you can adjust the spin, which adjusts how much string goes onto it. So Tony's just tightened it up there, and you see how it's now coming out quite tight, like a little poo. Whereas it was a bit sloppy in this area. So the only other way that you can remove your plants from the greenhouse is what they used to do. Is they used to do the same thing, drop them into the path, or if it was on ground level, shift them into the path. And they used to cut it, say every 4 meters, and then fold it up, and then literally grab it in two and walk it out and put it in a skip. So you'd have to like cut this into say like 8 chunks all the way along, fold it all up, and then manhandle it out, which is absolutely crazy. I can't believe it. Day 3 and we are winding in our first lot of plants. Yoo-hoo! So we're in block 6, so everything has been prepped, laid down, twisted, and now we're going to pull them in and split them out. So I'm operating the cab. So what we do is we tie a piece of string on. I have done this video last year. Yep, should be good to go, Jack. There we go. So I've got my arrow flick forward, so I'm supplying oil to the hydraulics. I sit in the cab, Jack operates the controls, and Tony will wrap it round. And there's a knack to it because it builds up pretty big, so you have to sort of, like, as it rolls on, you have to roll across like a ball of string, that kind of thing. Once we just get away from the door, Tony will work the grab, and he'll grab them and put them in that blue trailer over there. I just have to be careful of not driving into the trough in there and not driving in to the pipework there. So it has this little hook that we attach our string to, and then the string comes down here, Jack ties it, and then basically once it's all wound on, we push it off the end, Jack cuts off the string from there and then uses it again on that one. So we get to quite a bit of string on this job, but there's no way to get this onto this without it, so. Got two little levers that push it off to the end. He pulls them back in, and then I lift up and tilt my nose down, and it should come off. Got it. Big old donuts, cinnamon swirls, Cumberland sausages, take your pick. Ooh, love it. There's Tony coming in with the grab. Love it. It's like he's in Transformers or something. It's brilliant. So we've just got a bit of a backlog with Matt up. So what we'll do is I'll, once he's picked up the two in front of mine, I'll drive forward and pop it off, and then we can have a bit of a run. Because they take up quite a bit of room. Pretty big once they're all rolled up. And takes it off to the blue trailer. Okay, we have done block 6. It is pulled out. This is fab. It's 2 o'clock Friday, so we started pulling out about 9:30ish. And then we obviously had lunch in between, so that's not too bad, like a couple of hours and it's all out, so we can get prepped for the next job now in block 6 while everybody's finishing off prepping this greenhouse here, which is 3 and 5, so it's all going well. No tomato plants in here. There's a lot of rubbish on the floor, as you can see, and here on the path. We've swept it into piles as we've gone along, so the next job is for us to just clear all these nasty bits that might get in the way, because the boys are going to come down and take all the bobbins off. So the trolley needs to be able to run smoothly on here and on here. Don't want anyone falling over, which we had a stand come loose, so we have to check the stands before we can let anyone back on them. So we are twisting and everyone keeps falling over. It's just a bomb site in here. Tony's got the grab here and he's been taking our bundles of plants out, and it appears he also took the pipework out with him as well. So this isn't supposed to look like this. So hopefully it hasn't ripped it off the, I don't know if it's on flexies or not at the end of here. I don't think it is, so I hope it's not ripped it. I've got to hook this back on, but the other way around this time, so gonna have to have a quick spin, I think. Because greenhouse 1 and 2 are both, they open into the vestibule, so it's really tricky to get these ones out. So I just poke my nose through. Jack just guides me a bit. There we go. Put my hydraulics on. He pushes it out and he pushes it back, pulls it back in. Hydraulics off. Lift it up a touch, and then I push my nose down. Jack slides it off and it just gives him a lift, and then I reverse and like slightly lift my nose so that I don't drag the plant back inside of it. That has happened before. And then I just got to check my mirror because this JCB is as big as the concrete path, so I have to like try not to go off-roading because I don't want to break the pipes, but you are going to run over some pipes because it's tight. So it's a bit of like a bobbly ride. And then I line up and bring myself back to a 90-degree angle on the car and lower it down as even as possible, because sometimes when it's pulling it in it can jump and skip up. So handbrake on, hydraulics on, let's go. And now we're going this way, so we roll it in, I drive out, spit it out, and Tony collects it like this. Zoom in a little bit. With the big JCB, because the big JCB just has no way it can fit through these doors. Like, absolutely no way. And then he drives it out into one of the blue trailers. Same as all the other greenhouses, it's just these two are dead awkward. We used to use a David Brown tractor, and we had an old twister which was an upright twist, so it'd wrap round and then a forklift would come in and pull it off. But this is quick and fabulous, so we made it work. Once again, trying to fit the JCB and the winder into impossible places. So we want that in here, reversed in. But this is, it's just so bulbous, and when it's on the front you just can't see anything. It's like you're just kind of eyeballing everything. Mind the acids. Sick. And then in here. Brilliant. Yeah! Brilliant. God, this site is so difficult. The other side is just a straight path. Like, you can just drive in and out of each end and it's perfect. This side, what does each pipe do?
Oh, one's a flow, one's a return.
Oh, cool. Fabulous. Last one of the old site.
Let's go give the cats a sign.
This is how close we are running to the pipework in this greenhouse. This is by far maybe the most difficult one, I think. The door doesn't really open very well, so I'm having to climb out through the window, which is fine. I can manage that. This is nuts. So it's Thursday, so it's 6 days, because we started last Wednesday, leafing off. So basically a week last Tuesday everything had fruit and leaves on, and now it's the following Thursday and everything is out. There's literally just in this greenhouse cubes to come off. The pegs have been done, are cut in the bags, and then we can start removing the slabs. Got to get rid of them, so that's up next. We are removing slabs, which involves me and Jack in tandem driving to block 6, then putting the slabs in, us tipping it, and then bringing it back. And it goes on and on and on and on. Here he comes. French fries. Ta-da! This is how we get rid of the slabs. And then Tony will take the trailer down the back, where they will be left until next year, and next year we'll do something with them. So we actually could fill them up quite quick. So we've got 3 trailers that we're loading into, and then when they get full, Tony takes them around the back in this, while we carry on back into with the skips. Still looking really nice though, considering it's the end of the season. Delicious. Basically, the old site, which is this one over here, is done now. So on Monday, it's time to do this beast. Otherwise, we're not going to hit our deadline. So I think we've got like 7 days working week to get that cleared out. So that's the next plan, and we can forget about the old site now and come back to it afterwards. So it's going swimmingly this year, which is great.